Good morning, welcome back to another video, and today is the start of a new series, which is the weekly highlight. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Now coming off with this new series, we're going to be going over basically what has been going on in the news for the week, and also because I am a gold farming channel primarily, we'll be covering a top pick of the economy subreddit and what it can do for you. That being the case, let's move on to our first one, which is the Legion Legacy Loot. Now finally, Legion Legacy Loot is finally available in-game as of the weekly maintenance. Now that being the case, it is pretty damn awesome. What you're going to be expecting for this is additional loot and or raw gold. This means that when you run a dungeon or a raid in Legion now, instead of getting one epic item from a raid boss, you will now receive at least about 5 of these epic items, which brings up the gold per hour for these particular types of farms. If you vended it or disenchanted it for your materials, you're primarily going to be getting a hold of a lot of different types of raw gold and or different pieces of transmog. Gives you a higher chance of getting hold of those transmog items or raw gold, and thus some of these farms in the upcoming weeks could also become very viable raw gold farms. At this moment in time, I have found that the Nighthold has been averaging the best for me in terms of raw gold, and the Dark Heart Thicket for herbalism is doing quite well also. Omelette did a video going over what he is doing for raw gold, as he primarily specializes in that type of area when it comes to gold making, and he has done a video subsequently on raw gold for the Legion Legacy as of now. It's actually quite a good watch and I do recommend, and I'll actually put the link in the description down below. And also along with that, we should be seeing some upcoming dungeons and or raids that are going to be primarily good for raw gold farming overall, and may even top the ones from WOD. That being the case, let's get into the actual news story for the actual day, and that is the Shadowlands Alpha. Now the hype train has started. For the Alpha for Shadowlands, there was a post on Twitter from one of the main data miners. And they posted a screenshot of the main configuration for that build, the battle.net launcher. This is absolutely awesome, and I got immediately hyped while seeing this. Just one little screenshot, I was like, oh my days. And that means that there could possibly be a Shadowlands Alpha very soon, maybe in the next week or maybe in the next 2 weeks, we don't know. But that does move on to the next thing, which is the updates to the Vendor 2, which has finally been updated while being in a state of stasis for some time, so to speak. So does that mean that we will be getting Shadowlands in early October or late November? Now I don't see this actually happening in August, but due to recent events. But when it comes to the launch date, some people are saying for the 2021, but at this moment in time, I'm still hopeful for a late October or a late November release. Moving on with that, I'm starting to get the inkling that the Shadowlands Alpha will be out in a couple of weeks, if not earlier. That means that the hype train is totally building up right now, and as we can tell from like Taliesin and Belluar, they are already on top of it, as we know. At this moment in time, I'm getting super hyped for the Shadowlands Alpha to be released so I can see all the new gameplay, and you probably will also. And that means that we are definitely going to be having some awesome weeks ahead of us moving forward. Now the other thing of note that I would like to mention is an update from our weekly maintenance. As of last Wednesday for EU servers, we actually got an update on the ASHVANE Wardens in Tol Dagor. This means that their ground visuals for their mechanic of lockdown remains visible even when projected textures are even disabled. That means that you will be able to still see the effect even if you have the projected textures disabled. It's pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. But aside from that, that is mainly the only little updates that have been going along. I know that there was the April Fool's joke that was played on us with Charlemagne coming into the game and all that jazz. I did fall call for it on our Discord. I even posted about it on our Discord going, oh my god. But aside from that, we are going to be getting into the economy subreddit for the week for our top pick of the week. This means that the top pick for the week is Dr. Sir Mister, and he posted a guide on the subreddit. This is for the alchemy and inscription setup for TSM, and he has provided us with all of his custom price sourcing for said alchemy and inscription. That means we are able to actually have a little bit of a play around and craft different types of potions, flasks and glyphs at a cheaper cost for actually creating those different types of materials. At this moment in time, I've actually set it up on my inscription, and I'm finding it a lot easier to produce more profit when it comes towards my BFA glyphs. And at this moment in time, I'm going to have a bit more of a play around moving forward. But as you can probably tell, I'm pretty damn happy about this, because this is definitely reducing the cost of what I'm having to do. And I can't wait to test out the alchemy part of it, just so I can see if I can produce any more profit when it comes to my Silas proc. Aside from that, that is basically the weekly highlight, which will now happen every Sunday. Any feedback from this actual video, because this is the first episode and I know it's a different bit of a format, and if you have any feedback, please post them in the comment section down below, i.e. any form of criticism is most certainly granted. I will be reading all of them, and if there's any nice constructive criticism, I will also take that into account. That means that we can hopefully make this better and see if I need to actually post any more information when going about this, because I want to talk more about this type of stuff, because at this moment in time I would love to actually start talking about this moving forward. Besides just doing gold farming guides every single day, I do actually like other aspects of the game, especially when it comes to Shadowlands and alpha builds and beta builds. Now, aside from that, guys, that is pretty much all I have to say for the day. Have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you tomorrow.